Morning everybody, it's Harry Colley here for the Toffee Blues with your daily news on Tuesday the 28th of January. This is your source for all things Everton, and in today's news we're starting off with the story that Brighton are prepared to allow striker Evan Ferguson to leave the club permanently during this January transfer window. Andy Nyler reports that Everton are one of the clubs interested alongside the likes of West Ham and Bournemouth in the Premier League and Bundesliga reigning champions Bayer Leverkusen. A poll posted on the Toffee Blues' X account earlier today indicates that over 77% of you Evertonians would take the Republic of Ireland international on a permanent transfer, and with Beto as currently the only full fit senior striker at the club, it's hard to not be excited or hopeful for this one. But what do you think? Are you part of the 77% that say we should bring him in on a permanent transfer, spend the money under the new ownership? Or do you think that Everton will sign Evan Ferguson, regardless of what we all think? Do you think we're going to make that signing before transfer deadline day? Sky Sports are also reporting the news that West Ham have made an initial offer to Brighton for the striker. They say that the Hammers are one of a number of Premier League clubs who are interested in the signing of Ferguson. This particular report on Sky suggests that Brighton would prefer a loan deal, which Everton obviously could not currently do unless they successfully terminate the loan of either BROJA or Jack Harrison, neither of which look likely in the immediate future. Mark McAdam has also reported on Ferguson moving to Germany, stating that the Bundesliga champions Bayer Leverkusen are leading the chase to sign the Brighton striker. Now, we've seen a number of young talents from the UK and Ireland make a name for themselves in recent years over in Germany. Of course, the likes of Jadon Sancho and Jude Bellingham, kind of the standout ones, but many more on the horizon at the moment. The question is, do you think he'd be suited to life in Germany, or is he still a better bet in the Premier League, a league that he knows well, and of course, more importantly for this video, at a club like Everton? Let us know in the comments section below. Now, familiar name Paddy Boyland from The Athletic has reported that Everton and Chelsea remain in talks over the possibility of cancelling Armando Broja's loan deal, although he has stated that no significant steps have been taken so far. So we know that there are rumours that Everton have explored swapping the loan deal of Broja with another Chelsea player, kind of a like-for-like commitment, with returning manager David Moyes being keen on the likes of left-back Ben Chilwell, Keenan Dewsbury-Hall, of course, who sits in central midfield that signed for Chelsea from Leicester, and the youngster Chukwuemeka as well, who could be on Moyes' radar, as we know he has a history for bringing in young players into his Everton sides. Now, these rumours are reflected in the report of Pete O'Rourke from Football Insider. He also suggests that Everton are set for a busy end to the transfer window, with David Moyes keen to strengthen in three key areas. Ideally, Moyes would like options at left back, central midfield and at centre forward. Now, Moyes actually spoke after the game at the weekend about options at left back, and maybe stressed that with the injuries to Mangala and Dominic Calvert-Lewin, maybe priorities have now changed going into the final week of the window. And one talent who looks unlikely to join Everton to replace the injured Dominic Calvert-Lewin is Brian Broby of Ajax. The Telegraph in Holland is reporting that Broby is open to a move to a Premier League club like West Ham or Tottenham, but actually has no interest in joining Everton. And you know what, with some of the players that we've signed over the last few years, if you're that open about not wanting to join us, it's probably best that we park that one there and move on. And sticking with strikers, Beto, who we know has been the subject of much interest from many Italian sides this transfer window. It's been a persistent rumour on this increasingly big merry-go-round of transfer rumours. Now, however, Paddy Boyland has said that as he is currently Everton's only recognised fit striker, it is expected that Beto will stay at the club throughout January and at least until the end of this season. Alex Crook of TalkSport has reported that former Fulham and Chelsea winger WILLIAN has been offered to the club. The Brazilian's agents have arrived in London to try and make a Premier League move happen for the forward, and Everton is on the list of those interested in the former Brazilian international, and he might be seen as the option to pep up and bolster the attacking options available to David Moyes. So moving away from transfers, and finally, Michael Oliver has been confirmed as the referee for the Merseyside derby on the 12th of February, the final derby at Goodison Park. Michael Oliver set to be the referee. Now, what do you think of that? What do you think of all of the stories that we've covered? The reality is there's a lot of transfer rumours right now. Take all of them with more than a pinch of salt. We know how this goes. I think as Evertonians, we are long since aware we're not allowed to enjoy transfer windows. The main thing is, though, is that there doesn't seem to be many links with many of our players. So it doesn't look like we're going to be panic buying replacements for anybody, but it does look like there are gaps in the squad that need to be filled. And the main question remains, will we fill them? Let us know your thoughts in the comments under this video on X, on Instagram, and of course on YouTube. It's the Toffee Blues, your source for all things Everton. I've been Harry Colley, and I'll speak to you very soon.